And so the first thing I noticed is creatinine levels are through the roof. People who abuse steroids, it's often harmful on the kidneys. And so if you have elevated creatinine levels, there's a good chance that you have experienced some form of damage and it's from taking steroids. And his levels are through the roof. Creatine kinase, we can see it's through the roof. It's 449. It's not a yellow dot, it's a red. And so what were his testosterone levels? 21.4 nanomoles per liter. If you convert it to nanograms per deciliter, it's 617. And so very good. Not below average, not above average. His bioavailable testosterone, 11.24. That's the testosterone he's using. That's in the high normal. Based on the blood work, based on the evidence, this guy, 1 in a million genetics. Do you now believe him? I never believed him, but the proof is in the pudding and we've analyzed it. We have to conclude 100% natural.
Being called Natty by Greg is an achievement. It is an achievement, and here we have Baby Yoda. He can sense steroids flowing through people's veins, but despite his strong force abilities, he just cannot sense the steroids flowing through Hussein Farhat's veins. That is because he may have the best genetics out of anybody on social media at the moment. He is the biggest natural I think I have ever seen, that you have probably ever seen. So today, me and Baby Yoda are going to react and critique some of his content to see if that's the reason why he's as big as he is. Baby Yoda, stop crying. It's okay. Stop crying. I know you didn't like that second chest exercise. Stop crying. It's okay. Now, Baby Yoda's crying because the high to low cable fly targets primarily the lower chest, which is hit in literally every single pressing movement. So doing a fly that specifically isolates it is probably a waste of time. It's probably slightly better to do a low to high cable fly so you can hit more of that upper chest, but it's not a bad exercise by any stretch of the imagination. It is still a very good option for hypertrophy. Most of these exercises are absolutely amazing. Let me know your favorite chest movement in the comment section down below.
Steroids are dangerous and should not be normalized in fitness.
Before Hussein answers this question, one thing I will say is the only time you should take steroids, and I'm sure Hussein would agree with this, is if you've been training for at least 5 to 10 years naturally and you put on way more muscle than everybody else and you know for sure you have the genetics to be a world-class bodybuilder or a powerlifter, but you're simply missing that pharmaceutical leap to be a pro bodybuilder or to be a pro powerlifter. If you're not going to compete in those sports, and if you do not have the genetics to even be able to compete at the highest level in the first place, there is precisely no reason you should be sabotaging your health and dealing with all of these side effects just for what? Your ego, so you can look big?
There's no reasons why, if you're just a regular lifter, someone who just wants to stay in shape, look good, feel good, be able to live longer, there's no reasons why you should hop on. It shouldn't be normalized.
I absolutely love the shots towards Togi in this video. He's not wrong. Almost everybody can achieve a pretty good physique, or at the very least can significantly improve their physique with proper weight training, proper nutrition, and proper sleep. But Baby Yoda, he's crying once again. It's okay, Baby Yoda, it's okay. He's crying. Why is Grogu crying? Because of the comment section. Claiming Natty is deceptive to the youth. Stop lying. I understand why people do think he's not natural. I didn't think he was natural when I first saw him, but look at his face. He has a very lean face. There's no water bloating. He's only 22, I believe. He looks 22. He doesn't look like he's 40. Those are the most common signs of steroid use. That and acne, gynecomastia. He has none of the side effects of steroid use. But as I showed you guys in the intro by basically stealing Greg's video, he doesn't have ridiculously elevated levels of testosterone or anything else that would indicate he's definitely on steroids.
I can't believe I let you get away.
Baby Yoda is very jealous of those genetics. He's like 1'3", so he's already screwed genetically. But what that means is he'll be able to fill out his frame much faster than I can at like 5'8". I understand where this video is coming from. It's trying to tell you that you don't know if you have good genetics unless you train, and that you can achieve a similar physique to him. But when you do have 1 in a million genetics, making videos like this, it can come off as a little bit condescending. Literally is beyond elite genetics. Stop downplaying it. I don't think that was his intention, but this comment also highlights it quite well. Yes, he has elite genetics, but are we just supposed to stop everything just because there's someone who has better genetics than us? Exactly. Do your best with the cards that you were dealt with, because you'll probably be surprised at what you can achieve naturally.
Me and my money attached emotionally.
Close grip dumbbell press targets the lateral and medial head of the tricep. Keep in mind that you're pretty much always hitting all 3 heads to some extent. The long head is a bit different than the other 2 heads of the tricep because it is bioarticular, which means it crosses the elbow joint and the shoulder joint. So it is stretched better when your arm is pulled overhead. So hopefully we'll see some sort of overhead movement in this video to stretch out the long head a little bit better. Dumbbell skull crusher, nice for the long head. I approve so far. And chest supported tricep kickbacks. They're not horrendous, they're just kind of awkward because the resistance profile is so ridiculous that it makes it hard to progressively overload. Absolutely no tension in this stretch, but it's not horrendously bad. I understand that there's a common trend in the fitness space to say that, oh, if you do more than one heavy set, your nervous system, it won't be able to handle the fatigue. You're just gonna crumble and break into a million pieces. But truthfully, your body can probably handle a little bit more volume than 1 to 2 sets per exercise. It's not bad advice, but for beginners, they actually can, according to literature, handle more volume than advanced lifters. This is actually advice that's better suited to advanced lifters, not beginners, but I still think it's decent advice, especially if you are short on time. But that is Hussein Farhat's fitness advice and alleged steroid use allegations. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. That'll be the end of this video right here. Thank you very much for watching, and me and Baby Yoda will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.